and welcome to the channel. Thank you for joining me. Hello. My daughter is awake. Anyway, so today we will be looking at tourist visa requirements, documents you're required to submit during your application. So I'm just going to be reading directly from their website how it is stated and the things you need to provide during your application. Hello. So we will be a little bit distracted in this video. It's okay because of my baby. Are you okay? Hello. She's watching TV. Anyway, so let's start. First of all, documents that you'll be needing to apply for your tourist visa includes, okay, I'm reading directly from their website, so there's absolutely nothing false about this information. So first you need your passport. Oh no, you want to come join me? So you need your passport, the current and the previous one. You need your, most importantly, your passport copy, the current one during your application. Maybe when you want to submit, then you can put a copy of your previous the front page of your previous visas during your submission. Okay, even when you're filling your form online, you can add your previous passport pages. Okay, so but for the one you will be traveling with, let me pick up my daughter. Come. Yeah, so for the one you will be traveling with, you need your current and current passport page. All right, so now your appointment confirmation. All right, your appointment confirmation. Your appointment confirmation. This I'm going to explain what this means. Actually, this appointment confirmation is you book it after you have submitted your application online. Okay, after you submitted your application online, the embassy is gonna assess your documents to see if they're okay with it. As soon as they're okay with it, they'll send you a mail to proceed. It takes like 5 days, 6 days, like thereabout, to proceed to go and book an appointment. There is a link to book your appointment. I'm going to be putting everything in my description box, okay, where you can book your appointment, where you can fill your form. I'm going to be putting the link in my description box. Okay, so now passport appointment confirmation. As soon as you book your appointment, the confirmation of your appointment, you need to put it there. Proof of payment, you need to pay at the bank. I'm going to be putting the bank account, bank number in my description box, so look out for that. And the fee to pay is 144,000 naira as at this time. Okay, it can change anytime because of the dollar rate. All right, so proof of payment, protocol page. She's saying hello to you guys. Anyway, protocol page means the receipt of application. As soon as you're done submitting your documents online, you submit, there is a receipt that appears that you have applied. That receipt, you need to print it out. That is your protocol page. Okay, it's also called receipt of online application. All right, now moving forward, you need your signature. Signature meaning you need to sign on a paper. All right, sign on a paper. You scan it also as one of the documents you're going to be uploading. All right, and also sending to the embassy. All right, so you sign on the paper. All right, in the when you're filling your form, you will see where it's required signature. You upload your signature that you have signed on the paper, scanned, and then you upload it on the platform, on your on the application platform. All right, so anyway you see signature, remember that it's that signature you signed on the paper and you scanned on your computer. So it's also going to ask you for a passport page. Okay, your photo. All right, it's very important. Okay, so now your signed manual forms, all your forms that there's another form you need to print. Is now there is the online form, there is the manual form. Manual is, there is if I can, I'm going to show what it looks like if I can still find that form around, because I filled mine also. There is the one you will fill online, which is the normal one. You complete it, you get a receipt. And there is the manual one you have to fill with your hands, because you're still going to send your documents to the embassy directly. The same thing you filled online, all the documents you uploaded online, you have to send the same set of documents to the embassy. Exactly the same, nothing more, nothing less. All right, so there's a manual form, there's an online one, which is the normal form you'll be filling online, print a receipt. Then there's a manual one that you will need to fill. That's the manual form. Okay, you have to sign it, do everything you're required, all the questions there, answer them, and then it's part of what you're going to be sending to the embassy. Okay, so signed manual form, Now, copy of current passport ID personal page. All right, your ID card, your passport page, your passport, your traveling passport, that front page, you'll be needing it. All right, remember I said in the beginning you need your passport, the real one, for submission. All right, because of your visa, in case you're granted, they put your visa in. Even if you're not granted, God forbid, they'll send your passport back to you, but you need the real passport to be sent to them. And then you need, as part of the requirement, you need a copy of your passport, because even online you're going to submit a copy of your passport. Okay, so a copy of your passport page, birth certificate, or a substitute, meaning if you don't have the original, you can get an affidavit. You know, this national something population commission, you can go there to get a birth certificate for yourself. If your original certificate is missing, or you've never had a birth certificate, you can go to the commission to get one. National Population Commission, I think. You can get your birth certificate there, declaring your birth, your date of birth. They will make your birth certificate for you and then give it to you to use. All right, so that is what they said, birth certificate or a substitute. You can have something in replacement if you don't have the original anymore. Now, marriage certificate if you're married. If you're not married, you don't need to bother yourself about that. Now, other official ID. If you have other official ID cards, you can submit that. Self-introduction letter. In the self-introduction letter, you will be talking about yourself very briefly. Okay, your name, where you're from, your age, what you do, where you work, you know, just basic things about yourself. And you talk a little bit about the purpose of your travel, you know, here and there. Just a little self-introduction letter, introducing yourself. Self-introduction letter. There's a difference between yes, mama, yes. Self-introduction letter is different from a letter you get from your job declaring that you work with them. They are two different things. Yes. Self-introduction letter. And in the case of minors, you need an authorization. You need to write a letter. You and your husband need to write letters, you know, attesting to the fact that yes, we are authorizing both of you. They don't care whether you are traveling together. Even if you're traveling with your husband and your wife, they still need both of you to write a letter authorizing that you want to take your children out of Nigeria into Brazil. Both of you have to write a letter. Okay, letter. Anyway, so invitation letter. You need if you need invitation letter, if you have somebody that can invite you, that's fine. But if you don't have, you can use a hotel reservation. I use my hotel reservation as my invitation letter, and I use all the information of the hotel in replacement of the information needed for an invitation letter. You can still use your hotel reservation for your accommodation. Like, hotel reservation is hotel reservation. You use it in the space of hotel reservation. Invitation letter, you use your hotel reservation as your invitation letter. So all the details of your hotel reservation will be that which you will put in as the information needed when it comes to invitation letter. That is if you don't have somebody inviting you from here, from Brazil. So remember that when you're traveling out with your children as well, you will need an authorization from here as well, so that when you get to Brazil, they will see the authorization letter, and then they will allow you bring in the children. Okay, you cannot just take in children and bring in children anyhow from any country into Brazil. There must always be an authorization from the parents, and also from, it says here that where am I now? So it says here, in the case of minors, notarized authorization to visa application and travel authorization. You need a travel authorization to bring in the children into Brazil. All right, so now you also need, if you need we've talked about invitation letter. For the invitation letter, the person in Brazil has to notarize they will write a letter indicating that they are inviting you, talking about your details, and then they have to notarize a copy of their own ID card. The person living in Brazil, whether a resident, whether a permanent resident, or whether a Brazilian. A person on asylum ID card cannot invite anybody, okay, because they cannot have anything to, they are not permanent yet. Anyway, let's put it like that. So so the person here inviting you has to notarize a copy of the ID card at the Catario or Cotorio, whatever. It's like a registry court or something like that. They have to notarize all of that, and then before they send to you as invitation letter. So they said invitation letter notarized or confirmed by digital certification, and in case of copy, the verification code must be readable. They must see properly the information in the ID card of the person inviting you. All information must be very, very clear. Name, ID number, everything must be very clear, and it must be notarized at the Catario, whatever they call it, but it's like a registry code. So anyone living in Brazil knows what I'm talking about. So anyway, details of itinerary for somebody inviting you. What are you guys going to be doing here? The person has to mention it in the letter, or the person has to provide an itinerary to show the things that, okay, I'm the one inviting this person. These are the things we are going to be doing in Brazil. So that's an itinerary. You have to say day 1, day 2, day 3, things you'll be doing. Yes, mama. Yes, you've eaten. So I don't owe you that. I know you just want me to play with you, but just give me some time. I'm going to finish very soon. Anyway, so the person has to create an itinerary, what you guys will be doing in Brazil. That's okay for the person inviting you, sending you an invitation letter. So details of itinerary within Brazil in case of business event or meeting, copy of the program. Okay, everything you'll be doing. If you're coming on business, somebody's inviting you on a business trip, the person sends you an invitation letter. The person has to detail what you will be doing as your program, as your agenda. Okay, the venue, the dates, the agenda, and the likes, things like that. Other supporting documents confirming the declared purpose of traveling. Any other thing you have to prove to show the reason why you are inviting the person has to be included. All right. So if you have international history, international travel history, you can include it in the position. There's a space in when you're filling your form. It's called order. You can add the visas you've traveled, places you've gone to before. When you're filling your form online, there's a section that says order. You can put that in other document there. This order, meaning you can add other documents. Now, label, your occupation, the job you do, what you do. If you own a company, you provide documents to show that you have a registered company, the certificate of your company. If you're working, you get a letter from your company, recommendation letter. So there are two types of letter. There's a self-introduction letter that you'll be introducing yourself, talking about yourself briefly, what you're going to do in Brazil. And then there's another letter that you need to get from your job, okay? Recommending you for vacation, that you work here, you work with them, and then you're free at this time to go on vacation. So that's what that is about. So proof of work, employment, income. You have to provide proof of fund, okay? Proof of fund. All right, that you're working. They need to see maybe a slip from your work. If you don't have a slip, just show them bank statements, okay, and provide them a letter from your job stating that you're working with them. Okay, so bank's recommendation letter, you need to take apart from your bank statement that shows the money you have. You also need to get a recommendation letter from your bank that states that you bank with them. It's okay now, you have eaten. I know I'm not owing you that. You just want me to play with you. Just give me some time, okay? So recommendation letter, tell your bank. I did it when I was coming here as well. They will write you a letter. I think you need to pay small money. I don't know whether 60 naira at that time or 100 naira or something, or 150. I can't remember. Naira, it's not expensive. So bank statement, current, salary or income account, any, just provide things like that if you have. Proof of local health insurance, if the case, maybe if you need insurance, proof of local health insurance, proof of international credit card, anything that shows that you have money. In case of sponsorship letter, additional requirements apply. Okay, so if somebody is sponsoring you, you might need a letter from the person. That's why they said additional requirements apply. If your husband is sponsoring you, if your wife, your uncle cannot sponsor you because it'll be like that person is distant, like he's not close to you. Your mother, your father can sponsor you because those people cannot give up on you easily. They cannot give up and then nobody's there to you be stranded. Parents usually would not leave you stranded, right? Husband, wife will not leave you stranded. So people like that can sponsor you. You need a letter from them stating that they are the ones that are going to be sponsoring you. They will talk about how they will sponsor you. They will provide their account details, proof of fund from themselves, showing that they are the ones that will sponsor you, how much they have, and all of that stuff. If they have, things like that. Okay. Now you need a flight reservation and hotel reservation. You can reserve your flight and your hotel without paying anything. Okay, you don't need to pay for a full flight. You can reserve. Go to any agent, any ticketing office. Tell them you want to book a dumb ticket. Okay, dumb tickets. Tell them you want to book a dumb ticket. Okay, they will book it for you. You just need to pay something small. I think as at the time I did mine for 10,000 naira. 10,000 naira. It might be more than that now, maybe 20,000 naira. But just approach. I think when I was in Dubai, when I wanted to go to what country, I paid 50 dirhams. But in Nigeria, when I wanted to come to Brazil and South Africa, I think I paid 10,000 each. Yeah, so it's not usually much. So reserve your flight, go to your any ticketing office, pay them that little amount. They will reserve for you exactly the way you want your trip to be, going and coming. Remember, you're always booking going and coming. If you book only one going alone, that's a recipe for rejection of your visa, because they expect you to leave the country after you visit. It is called a visiting visa. It is not a residential visa. So they expect you to have a ticket going in and a ticket going out. Okay, so reserve a flight without paying for everything. And then hotel reservation, you need hotel reservation. You can also book that on www.bookings.com. That was where I booked mine. All right, bookings.com, you can reserve an accommodation. You will not pay anything for bookings.com. Booking.com, www.booking.com. So yeah, so they said in the case international health insurance, if you need it, all right, it's not, I don't think it's mandatory anymore. So at my time it was mandatory, and I bought it. So if you're not clear on that, you can send them a mail to make them, because they said if there is a if, meaning it is not a certainty. As at my time 2022, it was a certainty. They required it, I provided it, but here they said if the case, international health travel insurance. All right, so if you're not sure about that particular spot, you can send them a mail. Am I supposed to pull? Maybe they're trying to say here, if you're really sick, then you might need to buy health insurance. But if you're not the sick type, or you're not expecting to any type of health, you don't have any type of health issues that can harm you on the way, then you don't necessarily. That is why it is if. All right, but like I said, if you're not clear, you can send them a message. Now here it says there is no need for any vaccine card. All right, no need anymore for any vaccine card. Anyway, that is it from me today. Thank you so much for watching. If you have questions, put it down in the comment section below. I will be very happy to respond to you. Have an amazing day, everybody. I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.